Look closely at this open manuscript. The elaborate calligraphy of the Uthmani Arabic script is often viewed as purely aesthetic decoration, but it operates as an incredibly dense system of data encoding. This script functions as a high-fidelity phonetic notation system. It is designed to bypass the need for rote memorization by giving the reader explicit instructions on how to physically produce each sound. To see how this engine works, we can isolate a single linguistic variable, the alveolar nasal consonant. In English, this is the hard N sound. This diagram shows the visual markers for this sound. It appears as a letter nun with a small circle, or as a double vowel suffix called tanween, drawn as double slashes above or below a letter, or a double loop. Subtle typographic variations in the design of these marks act as explicit execution commands for the human vocal tract. Reading this specific script properly requires decoding its algorithmic typography rather than merely translating its vocabulary. The physics of fluid speech present a physiological problem. Forcing a hard, stationary N sound before certain consonant clusters creates articulatory friction in the mouth. To maintain a strict rhythmic meter and speed during recitation, this anatomical friction must be resolved. The Uthmani script flags these exact friction points using two distinct typographic states. This macro view graphic shows the first state. Notice how the double vowel tanween marks are perfectly vertically aligned with one another. In the second state, the marks physically shift and slide apart, locking into a staggered offset position. This micro-typographic shift dictates how the entire system of phonetic assimilation executes. We start with the baseline phonetic state, known as izhar. This rule dictates a clear, completely unassimilated pronunciation of the N sound. This close-up highlights the visual cue for izhar, a nun with a visible circle called a sukun, or those perfectly aligned tanween marks. The articulatory logic here is physical. Izhar triggers exclusively before one of 6 guttural throat letters. This diagram illustrates the anatomy. Notice the massive distance between the alveolar ridge, where the N is produced, and the deep glottal region of the throat. Because this distance is vast, merging consonants is anatomically inefficient. A clean, distinct jump is easier. The aligned orthography is a direct command to the speaker to maintain isolated separation of these sounds. Aligned typography is the script's default algorithm for preserving maximum phonetic clarity, deployed whenever anatomical space allows it. A phonetic anomaly occurs when the alveolar N meets consonants produced much closer to the front of the mouth. The script signals this copsimity issue with a different topographical trigger, an empty nun with no circle, or those staggered tanween marks. This visual shift triggers the rule of idgham, governing the mechanics of full phonetic merging and assimilation. Idgham is forced by a specific target cluster of consonants, collectively known as the Yarmaloon set. This logic tree organizes the Yarmaloon set. It consists of 6 phonemes, ya, ra, mim, lam, wa, and nun, and splits them into 2 distinct data pathways, the liquids and the glides and nasals. When reading, the staggered typography forces the vocal tract to bypass the hard N entirely to avoid a collision. Unlike the previous rule, which demands acoustic separation, this system now demands uninterrupted rhythmic flow. A staggered mark acts as an algorithmic override, instructing the speaker to sacrifice phonetic isolation for the sake of strict meter. Let's analyze the first branch of the Yarmaloon logic tree, the liquids lam and ra. This branch requires an acoustic mechanism known as complete assimilation, or idgham without gunna. In this specific phonetic state, the original N sound is completely obliterated in the vocal tract without a trace. To achieve this anatomically, the vocal tract bypasses the nasal cavity entirely. The speaker drops directly from the preceding vowel into a heavily stressed L or R consonant. Phonetically, this transforms a phrase like min rabbihim into mir rabbihim. This specific shortcut eliminates friction, allowing the speaker to transition between sounds with raw speed and efficiency. Complete assimilation proves the script prioritizes raw acoustic velocity when transitioning into liquid consonants. The second branch of the logic tree handles the glides and nasals, ya, wa, mim, and nun. These letters require an opposing acoustic mechanism known as incomplete assimilation, or idgham with gunna. Gunna is a residual phonetic artifact that produces a distinct nasal resonance. This sagittal diagram shows the physical action. As the tongue prepares for the upcoming consonant, the soft palate lowers, closing off the mouth. It forces a continuous stream of air into the nasal cavity, sustaining a resonant hum for exactly 2 metrical beats. In practice, this transforms 2 distinct words like man yakulu into the continuous sound of me yakulu. The sound remains trapped in the nasal cavity, acting as a bridge between the original N and the target ya. Incomplete assimilation resolves articulatory friction without breaking the strict 2-beat rhythmic architecture of the surrounding text. Zooming out from these microscopic typographic rules reveals the system operating across a massive scale. The visual markers, the aligned marks, the staggered marks, the empty nuns, function collectively like a complex musical score. These rules derive directly from the anatomical distance between consonant articulation points. The Uthmani script functions as a permanent map of articulatory phonology. It preserves acoustic reproduction across centuries, regardless of the reader's native tongue. A reciter is essentially running a compiled program of phonetic engineering, using their own vocal tract as the hardware. This visual algorithmic logic proves that tajweed is a phonetic science, rather than a matter of blind oral repetition. The design of this text encodes invisible sound waves directly into static, 2-dimensional typography.